Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well. And if you're new, welcome. If you have been an old subscriber, thank you for sticking with me. Today we'll be trying a new format, different from what I usually post, which is mostly tutorials, which I definitely enjoy making the tutorials, but I wanted to try a new format. So today I'm just going to be playing a speed sculpt, which I did last night. It took about 1 hour to finish, but I sped it up about like 8 times so that you guys don't get bored. So basically, as you can read from the title, we'll be talking about my experience as an artist for the past 10 years, because there's this new trend going on about where you have been and where you are currently. I don't think I've reached my peak yet, but I can see a lot of potential basically in the way I'm going. So I know I will definitely get there somewhere someday. So to make this video interesting, I've structured it out in 3 sections that we'll talk about. So I'll be talking about how I started, I'll talk about my where I want to be, and finally I'll talk about where I am currently. So starting out with how I started. I was not really a big gamer. Like even now, I'm still not a big gamer. Games I usually play is just NBA 2K. But what really got me interested in 3D animation was an animated movie called Tinkerbell. So I was really fascinated about that show. It was quite nice, the whole animation process and how they could move and how the story was very interesting. Actually got my attention. Also growing up, I also read a lot of comics. I'm from Nigeria, and the popular comic back then was Super Striker. It's like a soccer an exaggerated soccer comic book, so it was really cool. I enjoyed that. So I started just drawing with paint, trying to create 2D animation with it. But in back of my mind, I always dreamt or imagined a software where you could just rig and animate it. I thought it was never possible. Of course, I didn't check the internet yet. But after a couple of years, after I finished my high school and started college, I started checking the internet. I played with a lot of online 3D animation software, but I wanted to really have control, so I came across Blender, which I tried for a bit of time. It was quite difficult to get on it the first time I tried it, so I dropped it for some time, but after a while I started out with it. I can remember my very first project I completed was a dinosaur, because back then most artists, they were really into creating dinosaurs. So I saw that and I kind of wanted to recreate mine, and yeah, so th- that kind of that kind of got me started, and from them I just kept creating artworks, trying to get better, looking up to people. I would say that I will not do anything um, different if I'm ever going to start again. I think I'll probably take the same route. Basically, what I mean by that, like when starting out, I looked up to really good artists. I actually had like a library of almost 1,000 videos of breakdowns of studio animations. So I usually go to CG Meetup to download videos so I can just store it. And actually, for fun, when I'm having my breakfast and lunch, I just play it and just get inspired by those kind of things. And it actually allowed me to dream bigger, even though my skill level was not up to par at that time. I still had like something to reach towards to. So I think it was a really important factor that got me to where I am currently. So that's basically how I started out. It's not very dramatic. I just kept practicing every day, made sure I posted every artwork I completed, because it's very important that people see your work, no matter how good or bad you think it is, because I know people say likes and gratification which you get from comments and stuff like that doesn't influence you, but I mean there's something to be said about that. But for most part, there's a positive aspect of getting likes and seeing that people admire what you do. It keeps you going and keeps you motivated to keep putting out artwork, and I think that really contributed to my process. So now let's switch to what I want to accomplish and where's my goal. I don't want to put a cap on my ceiling and say this is where I want to reach, but Find in the I think I'll be an accomplished artist if I'm able to create my own animation studio, which is something I definitely plan to accomplish, and I think I'm on the right path. So I want to be able to tell stories with 3D as a medium. Um, I want to be able to influence the Nigerian animation industry, which is quite at its infant stage. So I think with all the skills gathering over I'm gathering will definitely play a big factor. And definitely, I want to see my art improve, and it takes practice, and I'm quite aware of that. And you just need to keep going. There are days that you feel like you're not improving, uh, but and you feel like your artwork is not going anywhere, especially with so many awesome artists in sites like ArtStation, Facebook, Instagram. It's definitely something that will come that you should expect, but you just need to keep fighting until you get where you're finally trying to reach. And finally, like I said, we'll talk about where I am currently. Currently, I'm at a stage where I feel I'm good enough to. I feel like I'm actually making the progress, which is it's very encouraging. And now it's just keep experimenting until I feel like I've gotten uh, to that point where I'll be satisfied, or I'm not sure I'll ever be satisfied, but I just like the adventure of keep going till you get that break. So that's basically my whole career in a very summarized form. Though there are a lot of things that I could not remember because it's just part of the process. But yeah, for anyone starting out, basically, I think I'll advise the same thing I did because that's basically what I know. Make sure you post your artwork as regular as possible. Never feel your stuff is never good enough because someone will appreciate it, and those kind of appreciation are things that will keep you moving. And also get sometimes there are also sometimes where you get criticism, and you should not take that to heart because those criticism are usually sometimes constructive, and those ones that are not constructive, you should not take it to mind because of there are several reasons that might come. Maybe the person don't like the character because of his art style is quite different from yours, so the person cannot really appreciate the art. And sometimes maybe the person have something notice something but doesn't communicate it well, which is definitely something you should not uh, take to heart. And if you should just look for those one or two comments that really tells you how to improve stuff, and then you should really take it. And yeah, so that's basically it, guys. I'm just trying out this new type of conversation video. I don't know how you guys are gonna take it. Let me know in the comment how the your experience, like how you started and where you hope to be, and how it's going for you right now. And also let me know if you enjoy this type of videos. If you don't enjoy it, then I'll probably modify it or just cut it out completely, but I would like to know what you think. So thank you once again for watching this video. I hope you have a great day. Peace.